from previous discussions we've had, I know you have the model of how you think conversation progresses, and you've touched on two of those elements so far, the shared meaning aspect, and then looking at the what shall we do question.
Right. So from shared meaning we move into possibility, and possibility is a conversation that almost everybody loves to be in. We love to talk about what's possible. We often don't talk about what's possible from a base of shared meaning, so then we end up, really going all over the place. But asking people what they see as possible is a very easy conversation to have at the beginning, because people love to brainstorm and go divergent. And then it becomes a difficult conversation to have, because at some point you have to stop being divergent and come into convergence. And so often you need a facilitator for that. Now that we've generated 50,000 ideas, we only have the budget to do 3 of them, right? So how are we going to sift through and sort out? If you've done a good job of creating shared meaning, the conversion portion of that conversation is much easier than if you haven't done a good job of that. So you come down to real world, okay? What do we have available in terms of time, people, resources, physical space, finances, all of that stuff. That we think based on that, these 1 or 2, maybe 3 possibilities could actually work. We can fund them and we can resource them to make sure they happen. And then you move into the third part of the dialogue, which is the coordination of action. And see, most people begin with part 3. They start with, okay, we have to do something, how are we going to make it happen? Instead of, we have to do something, what's it mean to us and what's possible? Now we move into, how do we make it happen?
And that's, as you said before, that bit we know how to do quite well already.
We've got MBA programs out there that teach people how to do that extremely well. Develop a mission statement, develop a set of goals, develop a vision, figure out how to allocate resources and plan and set up timelines and check on things and how to handle breakdowns and flow and all of that stuff. There's lots and lots of people who know how to do that extremely well. My experience is that very few of them have the context of first creating the shared meaning and then exploring the possibilities before they attempt that. And that's one of the reasons that things break down all the time.
Because you've chosen to do the wrong thing, or
you're out of order. I say you're out of order. It's not that you've chosen to do the wrong thing. You're starting on step 3 and you haven't done step 1 and 2 yet. And in the 80s there was this book which I read a lot, and I also have a lot of books that I haven't read, or books I've just read parts of. This is a book called Why Is There Never Enough Time to Do It Right, but There's Always Enough Time to Do It Over? Which sort of sums up the mentality of a lot of corporations. Constant push, we've got to make something, make it happen, make it happen, make it happen. Okay, it didn't work, go back and do it again. Now, if we operate from there's enough time to do it right, but the time it takes to do it right means that we often don't start until 6 weeks after today, because between now and 6 weeks from now, we're going to be exploring meaning and exploring possibility.
Right.